Hello everyone, this is your Sergeant speaking. Today's it's time for a very special video. This is my DVZ map showcase for my map called Death Valley. I really hope you're going to enjoy this. Now, a quick little thing. I don't particularly make pretty maps. I can leave the pretty maps to people with voxel snipe and MCED and all those other funny stuff. The way I make maps is I make my map based around an idea. So this idea for this map started off with that dam over there. And then it also grew to the towers, about choices and consequences. So that was the original idea. And then I just filled in this map with other things to kind of complement that idea. So here is my mob spawn. Just a bedrock box. It has a major way to go out, which is 4 wide. You walk out through a nice wall of lava. Do not ask me how I got that just to go down one way. And then you jump out into the beginning. There's also these 2 little side tunnels. One over there and one here. And these take you to the sides of the mountains, which means you can easily climb up. Actually, let's just put that there. So you can easily climb up and start the offense. Now my DVZ map is split up into 3 sections. Section 1 is here. This is at the start of the game. Here we've got the cake shrine, a little tower. I was possibly going to put a graveyard up there, but I decided not to. And this little house up here. So when the monsters spawn, most of them are going to run straight through here, try to take the bridge, or try to cut through the water and come to the town. As a dwarf, you could line these banks, shoot them and stop them. Maybe lose the cake shrine if you wanted to, but that would be bad. So yeah, you could stop them fairly easily here. But the thing is, there's these 2 valleys, 2 hills, one on each side, which offer really good bow shots. Yes, you're far away from the group, but you have better shots. But the thing is with these 2 hills, these need to be protected, because if you don't protect them, there's consequences, which I'll talk about a little later in the video. Now, when this part falls and the monsters breach this wall and they come into this town, this is when the second part. So the second part is from that hill over there, through here, up to here, and comes all the way down to here. This is the second zone of my map. Here you'll see lots of little buildings. Now these buildings are designed so that you could easily put walls between them. They've got little walkways, and there's also some other features in this bit. So the main part of this phase is these 2 towers, Tower 1, Tower 2. These are OP sniper towers. These towers are designed to hold lots and lots of dwarves and give them a good range. These were built when skeletons had flame bows, so you could stand up here and shoot and not get knocked off. This could probably get altered to work with punch bows, but I don't think it needs to be. So yeah, there's these towers. Hold lots and lots of dwarves. There is no bedrock on these towers. Why is there no bedrock on these towers? So these towers can be completely destroyed by creepers. And that's because these towers aren't going to get destroyed by creepers. These towers are going to get destroyed by something else. And that something else is this thing here. That is a TNT cannon, command block cannon. That's right. As a monster, if you get to here, you can push these buttons and it will fire TNT out of here and it will destroy that tower for you. So as a dwarf, if you want to use this tower, you have to defend this hill. It becomes a battle of choice and consequence. Choose to use the tower, face the consequences of losing the hill. Don't use the tower, don't care about the hill. This one is a little bit weird. it's got a fire low and a fire high. So the fire low will destroy the lower part. The fire high will destroy the higher part. And you could just spam these. And as you can see, I'm just going to keep on destroying this tower. Because why not? So there you go. As a dwarf, this tower is now useless. And that's the consequence you get for not defending the hill. Now, if you tried to rebuild this, you would still lose it. Because again, they could just destroy the tower. It's not a complete destruction. Because I couldn't get it to destroy all the levels. The second tower over here, though, is a complete destruction. I won't blow this one up just yet, because I want to show you something else first, before I do that. But yeah, choices and consequences. Choice, use the tower. Consequence, you have to defend the hill. Don't use the tower, don't defend the hill. The main map idea I had with this DVZ map is the idea of a dam. This dam, that if it exploded, if it was destroyed, then creepers would blow it, the water would come into the valley and it would soak / kill. Well, I didn't want it to kill, but I wanted it to knock out lots of torches. So this little redstone contraption simulated creepers destroying the dam. If I was going to send this map in, all this would be gone. But this is what happens if creepers penetrate the dam. I terraformed this map so that water would flow. And as you can see, if the dam blows, you lose a whole lot of area to torches. And unless you've built up, or even if you've done some building, this will get even more annoying because the water will just flow over your buildings. Let me time set day it. So as a dwarf, you always want to have someone at least watching the dam, because if you lose it, it's going to be really annoying to retreat, and you're going to lose a lot of torches as well. But hey, that's the fun of the map. That was the idea that spawned this map in. A dam that if it would blow, water would go everywhere. Now, at the start over here, I'll take you to the shrine. This only has one shrine. It's a fairly big one as well. This is one of the reasons why I didn't send it in, because I couldn't fit a second shrine in the map. Like wherever I put it, I could put 2 shrines in, but the second shrine would make it too OP. So I decided just to have one shrine and not send it in. So as you can see, dwarves would spawn with a pickaxe, a set of armor, a sword, pot, 42 torches, 3 stacks of cobble. And then they'd have this bridge out. So this bridge would basically be their main source of wood. Dwarves couldn't destroy this, but creepers could. So as a dwarf, you didn't really want to you couldn't destroy this bridge. This bridge was actually bad news. It was a bittersweet It was bittersweet. It was sweet because you needed the wood. Wood was difficult to find in this map because it's a mesa biome. It was bitter because it gave the mobs direct line of access to the shrine. But if a creeper exploded on here, it would destroy all this wood, and all the mobs would have to go through the water and up on the hill, which is what you wanted. I thought about raising the water level up to be at the bridge level, but then I'd have to do it all around here, and that just seems like an absolute pain. So I didn't. Now, the dwarves do spawn with a set of armor. So in here we have our axes, and this is the little quarry. Or mine, I should say. And down here, you'll find just a few gold blocks hidden around the place. And this was in here because at the time when I built this map, you could get a second set of armor. Not everyone used a second set of armor, but you could get it. So because everyone spawned with them, not everyone needed to make armor. You would only get the people down in this quarry that would actually use a second set of armor making it. Now here is my quarry. Here you spawn the shovels. You get your shovel. This is a new quarry design that I came up with, which I think is actually fairly smart. It takes the mountain side, and I basically just put gravel everywhere. This is better than a traditional quarry, because if a creeper explodes, say here, sure, it'll take out a decent amount of gravel still, but it won't cause lag from falling gravel. And that's the whole point of this quarry along the mountainside, is that creepers can explode anywhere, but they're not going to cause thousands of blocks to fall. Because as you know, creepers only have 8 blocks radius. The whole point of creepers making lag in the quarry is you get down as low as you can to make as much stuff fall. Where here, you can't make stuff fall because it's wide and deep. So that was the whole point of the quarry design, to cancel out creeper quarrying. Now you might see the oil is a bit weird. What I've done with that is oil's basically a liquid. So I always thought it was weird that the oil was like bloop, bloop, bloop. And then, what was it? Bloop, 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 bloop. Oil was usually like that. And I always thought that was weird for a liquid. So what I did, I'll replace that cactus, was I put a bucket of water here and I just let it flow. And then I got my sponge and I just replaced all the water that I could with sponge. So this is a more natural oil source. This is a smaller one. I did a bigger one over here. Just placed a bucket of water, watched it flow, placed all my sponge down. This is another like dam blowing. Take that one off. Take that one off. There you go. Again, water being really annoying. Taking out torches. Now for some little feature. Oh, wait here, bows. That's what I need to talk about. So there's mainly these little houses which have nothing in them, but then you have this big house here. This is the bar. See your little bar. You got your pots, something I'm going to talk about later, and all your bows are up here. You get your bow, you walk out, you go. So this is the only house that has stuff in it that you'll need. Up in this little house up here, the Dam Watcher's house, there is some stuff as well. Whoops. And that's a sword, a pickaxe, and a juice. And that's if you wanted seconds. So you wanted a second juice, you want a second sword, you want a second pickaxe, that's where you'd get it from. But I do remind you that you would spawn with this stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the little features of this map. So I've already talked about the dam and the TNT cannons. Now for some other little things. Up here, I built this especially for the rangers and people who wanted to have a little bit of fun. You can pause the video to read it, but it's basically an archer challenge. There are 6 lamps with pressure plates on them, 5 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in single player, all you had to do is just put an arrow on the plate. That's a terrible shot. There you go. And it would light up. Now you say, well, there's 5 and there's 6. That's an extra arrow for a challenge, and you'd be wrong. But because over on the other side is a lamp with a button on it. I have made this shot once, and it was like a Hail Mary shot. This is ridiculously hard to get. So the challenge was to get all 5 of these and then take one shot at this over here to see if you can get it on. Why was that one so difficult? Is because that 6th shot over there was to get yourself into Carabri training. And in DVZ lore, that's basically like the elites. The people hitting the 5, that's normal army. The people that can hit that 6th, they're people who are elites. So that's why I had to make it ridiculously difficult, because not many people could become in the elite one. Also, you'll find little homages and references. So over here, in between the two hills, we find this little boat, SS Paladin, reference to Unforgotten Realms. We have a crafter's hut, a lumberjack hut, and we have a blacksmith. That's paying respect to the game in its previous life, where you had to actually have crafters and lumberjacks. I had a wizard tower somewhere. I can't remember where though. We have a cake shrine. These got taken out with an update because of how hunger works. So that's a little homage to that. We also up here have my lemon grenade stand. Again, another Unforgotten Realms reference, but also a Pokemon Rob reference, because that's with the Team Pikachu with the 7 blue gems. As you can see, I like my references. Oh yeah, that also happens with the TNT cannon. It becomes really annoying with the water. Now, one more feature that I want to talk about is the chests, hidden Easter egg chests. So all throughout this map, I have these little chests. I'm going to show you one of them. And they basically have 6 stacks of arrows in them. I'll show you another one. It's in the dam. So there's 10 of these in total. There you go. Originally, I had a written book in there. And it was like Book 1, Rob. And it would talk about Rob or like who he was. Book 2 would be like Nissavan. Then it'd be the testers. And it would be some DVZ lore. Maybe talking about each of the dragons. Talking about each of the maps. And I thought that would be a nice little touch into my map. I then realized when I was writing them that people probably wouldn't care. So what would they care about? Most people care about arrows. Let's put it in 6 stacks of arrows instead. I think I wrote one book, but I deleted that a while ago. Okay, and that is my DVZ map of Death Valley. With the... Oh, actually, let's leave it at night time. So we have our good old monster spawn over here with multiple paths. You need to protect the middle, but if you lose the flanks, then you're going to pay for it. You have water, which is just a pain if you lose control of. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? Time set day. I can show you what this tower looks like destroyed. Haha. Oh, there's another chest that I showed you. So fire Big Bertha Senior. Again, I would hide all these command blocks. I just love firing this. See, this one's a complete destruction because I actually spawn a piece of TNT at the top with the one that flies as well. So that's why this one can be pressed multiple times. And you just get this hole. And that's about as deep as it goes. So this tower is basically complete destruction. And again, this tower can be destroyed if the monsters take over this hill, and then they take over this hill. This tower is bigger and more important, or it was bigger and more important, because it took 2 hills to destroy. That tower over there that I destroyed can't be completely destroyed, and it housed less dwarves because it was just 1 hill that needed to be destroyed. Okay, that's it for this map. That was my map, Death Valley. One last thing I'm going to talk about though. This is too important to be put as bonus footage at the end. I have another 2 maps. One of them I'm finished, and one of them I'm building right now. So the finished map I'm going to do a video on, but I'm only going to talk about one of the features that I put into it. I'm not going to talk about all of it. And the second map I'm building, so it's about half finished. Would you like to see these maps? Again, they're not pretty, but they have features in them that I like. If you would like to see both, I'm going to put 3 comments in the description of this video. If you would like to see both of them, either put a comment or just hit the like for the comment that says both of them. If you only want to see the finished one, and I can save the unfinished one until that's finished, if you want to like or comment in that comment, or if you don't want to see any more map reveals, just put a comment in that one. The one that gets the most gets the most votes / attention is the one I'll do. So that'll just, because there's only 14 of yous, your vote is actually pretty powerful. If there's a tie, it'll depend on what the tie is, but I'll make an executive decision if there's a tie. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this map reveal, and if you're going to make a DVZ map, maybe think about including some of these features. Until next time, this is your Sergeant signing.